Far-right poster boy Milo Yiannopoulos has argued transgender children are just gay and adults who transition are mentally ill. The former Breitbart editor made the controversial comments when questioned about Australia's Safe Schools program, which promotes gender diversity in the classroom. There is no such thing as transgender children. There are adults who have body dysmorphic disorder. Those people are mentally ill, he told Daily Mail Australia. They should be treated with therapy, drugs and compassion. They shouldn't have bits of their body carved off. Yiannopoulos said parents who allow their children to transition are barbaric, cruel and stupid and claim they only do so to get themselves off the hook. Most supposedly trans children, all the studies in the US show, is that if you just leave these kids alone, they grow up to be perfectly well-adjusted gay men, he said. The reason parents like this trans thing is it gets them off the hook. What's the one thing you say to yourself when your son says they're gay? It's what did I do wrong? But if your kid is trans, well in that case they've got a disease. It was some genetic abnormality you had no control over. It's a medical problem. You don't have to ask yourself any searching moral questions in that scenario. A lot of these parents are being misled into believing their children are transgender when actually they're just gay. And studies have backed this up. From opposing gay marriage, despite marrying his boyfriend this month, to his criticism of the transgender rights agenda, Yiannopoulos' opinions are almost always divisive. He has previously likened feminism to cancer, Islam to AIDS and has called on Australia and other Western democracies to ban Muslim immigration. I do so as a lover of women and as a gay guy, he told Daily Mail Australia last week. Until Islam has an enlightenment and really interfaces with modernity, democracy and freedom of speech, I just don't think it's compatible with Western civilization. It's just not something that we need in the West. Why don't we focus on other groups rather than people who are dedicated to our annihilation, ideologically speaking? The controversial figure reiterated his well-known views on the burqa and said he supported the banning of the religious clothing in Australia. It's really sad that these women who say they wear it out of this misplaced sense of pride and describe themselves as feminists, it's ludicrous brainwashing. These people are idiots and they're being abused. There is no justification for forcing a woman to cover up. The burqa should be banned from all public places. Yiannopoulos' views have seen him banned from Twitter, while he departed his role with conservative website Breitbart News after audio surfaced of him appearing to condone sexual relationships between teenage boys and older men. Ahead of his Australian tour beginning next month, WA Premier Mark McGowan said he was not welcome in the state. I don't think he's welcome in WA. So we will make sure that all government venues are not available to him, Mr. McGowan told Nine News last week. Anyone who defends pedophiles and associates with Nazis, I don't think is a rational person. We shouldn't have them delivering lectures and performances to West Australians. Penthouse publisher Damien Costas, who is bringing Yiannopoulos to Australia, claimed the Premier was attempting to ban free speech in the state. I am amazed at the Premier McGowan's views. Milo has never defended paedophilia. Quite the opposite in fact, he said. He also is of Irish, Greek and Jewish heritage, is gay and married to a black man, so he is definitely not a Nazi sympathizer or white supremacist. He added, "Fortunately we are not using any government-owned buildings